Yo, 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 what's good? What's good? This is Dex.
Queen Esther here, crowned it.
And Jacoby Jones.
And thank you for joining us on another episode of Complicated Discord. All right, well, thank you for joining us, everybody. For those who this is your first time, enjoy the show. For those who've been here before, welcome back to the madness. We're joined in person today by Devon Hamilton, founder of Sweat Equity.
Hamilton Technology, D Hamilton Technology. Come check us out in Brooklyn, 20 Rockaway.
And we're also joined by Mr. James Bush, the creator of Mind of a Man podcast.
Damn, Dex, man.
You have one job, Dex. You have one fucking job.
It's Mind of a Man podcast.
Yeah, excuse me, Mind of a Man podcast. My bad. I'm messing up already. Jesus Christ. Hey, James, why don't you go ahead and tell our listeners what you're about on your podcast?
Well, first and foremost, I'm a licensed professional counselor in the state of Tennessee. And I just created the Mind of a Man podcast because I have a lot of male clients. And sometimes, there are things that are important to men that we don't discuss enough. Like we talk about whole sex, drugs, cars, and everything like that in between. But as far as, what about legacy? What about mental health, depression, anxiety, OCD? What about what it looks like when you have to pick your kids up in front of a police station, for the drop-off and its parents exchanges? So it's talking about things along those lines, I think it's very helpful, and also educating and informing them. I'm not asking guys, man, to kind of take on any different type of disposition on certain topics. I just want you to be informed. And so, because if you're informed, you know better, you do better. And that's where I'm at with it.
Okay. Y'all heard it first.
Hey, man.
Y'all need
You
to
gave me chills. Keep
right?
I
want to go to your services.
Listen, trust me, Jacoby needs a counselor because he be off the wall.
I do.
James is a rarity when it comes to Black counselors. I think I was looking at something online, and one of the celebrities were looking for a Black counselor for their son. I can't remember.
Taraji P. Henson.
Who was it?
Taraji P. Henson just started this whole Black therapy thing. I heard.
Yeah.
Because there's a rarity of you guys. We need a lot of Black therapy, and there's a stigma against it in the Black community. I'm gonna say an unspoken stigma. We don't need therapy. But I do believe that we do, and to be informed about it is a great thing. You're doing a good job, James.
Well, man, I appreciate that, because if you look at it, 400, 500 years of oppression and stuff that we've suffered since we've been on this rock, we needed to be in somebody's office or needed to talk to somebody else. And the pastor, as blessed as he is, I don't think he was fully equipped to handle a lot of the things that were going on, because he was going through the same thing as well, too. And so you need people in those places that can handle that type of information, sensitive as it is, and give you that objective point of view, and also the non-judgmental point of view with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you what I love, when I was little, you said pastors. My mother would always reference that when we needed counseling.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
they're not trained.
There's a difference between being biblically trained and then like mental health education. You know what I mean? Like everything for some people can't be solved with the Bible. You know what I mean? So having just the education behind it is just amazing. Amazing. I wish we had more Black therapists. I have a therapist right now, and she's a white lady, and I'm actually thinking of hire her ass, because I didn't like some shit she said to me in my last session. But
she said, Jacoby, what she said, they got you so bad.
Well, I was asking for her. I was telling her how I was feeling about some things and this and this and this, and she basically. She just didn't give me any kind of tools. She was just like, you need to stop thinking about this, or you need to just let this go, or you need to just move on, or you need to just work harder in that. And I'm like, no shit. But
I can see it, James, tools from body language.
I'm like, give me some tools on how to get there, because clearly I'm having an issue getting the hurt. You know what I mean? The hurdle. And I was done with that session. This was like 2 weeks ago last time I talked to her, and I was thinking, I think I need a new therapist. Because
you the old white lady remedies.
It's one of those. How do you feel about this? And what do you think you should do? And you're like, That's what I pay you
The
for.
fuck? I'm here asking you that. You know what I mean?
I was able to see by James's face. He looked to the left, like he wanted to say something in that specific moment. Like that's not how you're supposed to handle that instance. Like as a therapist.
But let's go ahead and jump into this show. Let's start off with the drinks. What we drinking? We're gonna start off with James. James, what you got?
That right there is just straight orange juice. What I got in that orange cup is Corvo.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. How about you, Jacoby? What you sipping on today?
After last week's shenanigans, I am drinking water and some water.
That liver needs it. What about you, Queen?
I am also staying hydrated right here because I need water in my life.
Damn, y'all making.
No, it's not. How do you expect the skin to stay looking like this?
So because Christmas is coming up, or the holidays, let me finish. Because the holidays are coming up, I decided to create a few new drinks for those watching. I have myself here is what I call the Christmas in New York. And the reason I call it that is because it might snow and it might be beautiful, but if you get caught slipping, it'll kill you. What that is, that's white chocolate. It's a white chocolate mocha with Baileys and vanilla vodka with a little bit of nutmeg and vanilla extract in there.
Vanilla vodka.
Right? And what I made for Devon over there, Devon is drinking the Midnight on Christmas.
What's in mine?
And that is a dark chocolate drink. That one has, of course, it's hot cocoa. It has Baileys, and then it has caramel vodka. And then you top it with whipped cream and some nutmeg.
You outdid yourself today.
Absolutely can.
That's what I would love to do.
Absolutely can.
I love sweet things.
You know, me and Dex talked yesterday and about drinks, and I started to have eggnog and some whiskey today in honor of the holidays. But after last night, I just don't want no more liquor. But Dex told me, and what do you got? Dex told me he's never tried eggnog before. Now I live in Hawaii, but I grew up in Wisconsin, and it snows -30 in the winter. So we had eggnog my whole life.
But we're West Indian. We drink sorrel and stuff like that.
I drink eggnog a lot.
He's had eggnog.
I don't know. I have eggnog in the fridge in Ocala right now, a big bottle of it, and it kind of gave me the bubble guts last night. So I'm gonna stay away from the eggnog.
What about Jamaican Irish moss? That's something similar for like that.
Yeah. See, well, after speaking to Jacoby, I went and I bought me some eggnog with rum and all kinds of stuff in it. So we'll see how that works out.
Nah, eggnog tastes good. It just
stay close to the bathroom. Stay close.
It does send you to the bathroom. There's a lot of egg in there, raw egg.
And that's my thing, man. The fact that there's egg in there freaks me out. It I don't know, man. But you know what? Since we're talking about counseling today, I want to talk about this young man, Kevin Samuel. Me and James were talking about this the other day, and I figured, you know what? Why the hell not? Why
not? I never watched it until like 15 minutes ago. Like I've been seeing it on the internet, but I never watched the video because I was like, I don't even want to hear what this man gonna say because I can imagine.
You have it loaded? Can we look at it now? Because I'm out of this. You guys know I don't.
I just watched it.
Much as I would love to see what this guy is talking about.
It was so sad. Like you could just see that she was like, he was.
Wait, before we even, are you gonna play a clip of this?
I'm gonna try. If you give me a second here, I'm gonna go ahead and load it.
Because I would love to get James's point of view.
He was preaching the gospel. I will tell you this: this man told this woman nothing
but the truth.
But he said it's the way, like we said last week. You can say a lot of things a lot of different ways. The way he did it, because the way as I was watching, I was thinking he did it in a way of irritation and frustration instead of in a way of compassion to her. He was just like, I don't know, like. I think he wanted to say it once and for it to just resonate. And it didn't resonate. So then he got frustrated and was just like, don't make me hurt your feelings, lady. And I'm just like, oh, man. And then you can see her zone out and start playing with her phone because she didn't want to hear it.
So he was just trying to push her buttons the whole...
Hold on.
No, he was trying to get her...
Hey, hold on, you guys. We're going to watch this clip here.
Right, can you guys see this?
Yeah, I can see it.
Can everyone see it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can't hear it though.
You ladies all feel like this.
We can't hear it.
Can't hear it.
Exception to the rule. And when someone like myself comes along and gives you,
I want to make a joke, but I don't want to make.
Still can't hear it.
Yeah, but I'm special. You don't know any men on this level that are not your father, that aren't related to you. That means you don't know these men. You don't know where to go get them. You don't know what they want. But you're still saying, pick me. They don't want mid-30-year-old baby mamas. I'm trying to be polite, man, but they don't want those.
That's the question.
Did you hear what I said? Why is that so? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
See, he's frustrated.
Is he a counselor?
No.
From my point of view, I feel like I get what you're saying. They do have better options, but also those better options are younger girls. Those younger girls don't necessarily 20-year-olds are not necessarily attracted to 45-year-olds.
Them teeth, honey. Jesus Christ.
And I can't beat them off with a stick. That's another one you lies. No, younger women are attracted to older men. What are you talking about?
So can you see me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So do you feel like a woman like me?
Uh-huh. What would you rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? You cannot use 7.
Would I rate myself?
Just your face.
Oh, that was harsh.
When I put myself together, 6.
Okay.
It's not enough.
And how tall are you?
5'5".
Dress size.
I'm sorry?
Your dress size.
A 3.
Okay. So that makes you, if you give yourself a 5, that's average.
Yes.
So average looking women tend not to get earning men. They tend to get average men.
Oh,
Poaching.
Okay.
this is a long video, so I'm not gonna watch the whole thing. But
I think I get where it's going.
I feel like it was inappropriate.
Yeah, he was.
I'm going to start off. I feel completely inappropriate. And he clearly just wanted views for his show. What do you think, James, from a professional?
Yeah, I want to know what James thinks.
For real.
So that was just a small snapshot of it, but I think I looked at maybe it was like 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah, it was pretty long.
It was actually long. It's pretty long. And what we're seeing is the tail end where he's just pretty much, now, first of all, he's not a counselor. He's an image consultant. And so people call into the show to get advice on certain items or certain topics or stuff like that. And he makes a lot of, I'm not hating. More power to him. The guy makes bank doing what he does. I mean, he has certain requirements. You can either do it privately or you can do it openly or so like that. And so what I found is that this lady who you heard, I think you got to that part where it's after the part where Dex stopped it. She says, I call in and I listen to your show. I like your show. And so the thing is that you already know what to expect from this guy. You're looking for information from him based on what you need. Now, right. I'm in agreement with Jacoby, and we agree with pretty much the consensus. He didn't lie about anything. He told the truth. And it may have been not with
abrasive.
It may have been very abrasive. And that's the thing where it comes down to communication. What I found is that when guys communicate with other guys or so, there's a certain understanding. We say things to kind of reach each other because we know how to fire each other up or how to talk to one another like that. As far as when sometimes guys talk to women about certain topics or certain items, we can't sometimes use that same fire because they're not going to be able to receive it. I can say whatever I desire to say primarily, but if that doesn't, move the audience or that doesn't move the person that I'm speaking to, then it's all for naught. And so what I felt is that the reaction from this was that, man, it was abrasive. And the message was not received altogether, which is unfortunate because there were a lot of nuggets that he dropped in there.
With that being said, I personally feel like sometimes when you tell people things, they don't really get it until you say it in the most blunt way possible. When you sugarcoat it,
well, people communicate differently. I think.
Yeah.
Listen.
You just like being abrasive with people.
Yeah,
you like hurting people's feelings with your words, Dex.
Listen. Sometimes when you tell people stuff in the nicest possible way, they feel like, oh, he's just saying that. He doesn't mean it. But when you say it in the most blunt way possible, like, no, your breath stink. Like you need to go and brush or here, because you'll be around people. And you'll be like, hey, do you want to stick a gum? They're like, bro, I think you should have a stick of gum. Nah, I'm good, bro. I feel like you should have a stick of gum. No. Again, it's what you want to accept. It's how you receive what I'm telling you. If I tell you things nicely and you don't receive it, then sometimes you need to hear me say it the most blunt possible way.
They say the easiest way to and from a destination is a straight line. So
let's use this gum analogy, people, right? This gum
may get it confused, but if you tell them your breath stinks,
that's not a good entry point.
It is abrasive, but they get the point, and you don't really have to repeat yourself.
So with the gum concept, right? If you say, "Would you like a piece of gum?" That's not implying that my breath stinks. But if you pull someone to the side and say, "Hey, you don't here, you need this," you know what I mean? That's politer, and that's getting the point across without hurting their feelings. There's be like, "Look, motherfucker."
I don't know who you hang out with, but if you told me that, no matter how you told me my breath stink, my feelings are gonna be hurt.
That's because you're sensitive.
So I can take that. I can take you pulling me to the side and bro, you kind of like, your shit is going crazy right now.
You got bad teeth.
The same pretenses of Dex wanting to call someone's baby ugly directly to their face.
We're back
to ugly babies.
I support that.
Wow.
I'm still on board with that. I'm still on board with being honest about babies.
Their baby is ugly. That's abrasive and it's rude. You understand?
Sometimes people need to hear the truth, man. Because if I tell you got an ugly baby, then you're gonna start working on that baby's personality rather than not. and as Pete said, you can't be ugly and have a terrible personality.
I've met some ugly babies and they have amazing personalities, though. I've met a few ugly babies and they're very charismatic.
Let me ask y'all this real quick, though. But isn't that a snapshot? Basically, what we saw there and what the outrage, everything along with it, is a snapshot of our society and how PC we've gotten, and how I guess sometimes I want to say that we're not able to handle harsh realities or criticism in that right, because we've been, I guess, for some reason, coddled, to a certain extent, man, for a long period of time, and now because of that, we don't know how to take, the truth when it is delivered to us, no matter how blunt it is, no matter how abrasive it is, but we just don't know how to receive that thing that sometimes it can actually save our life. For instance,
constructive criticism.
I think that's the day to age we're living in right now. And because when you see a lot of Facebook or social media memes that are out there, unfortunately, there's this big outrage. There's this cancel culture that I didn't really realize was available until maybe like the last 5 or 10 years. I mean, when I grew up in the 80s or something like that, we got Bruce Lee, Kung Fu, Jean-Claude Van Damme flicks, it wasn't none of that. Nobody canceled anything,
You guys remember Mad TV? That was
come on, right.
Hold on, let me say what everyone's trying to say on this one.
Okay.
We're very, very, very sensitive.
Very.
Everything turns into something that it's not. Like even what was Dave Chappelle said? He got called over some shit he said years and years ago. He was like, I said it back then. I don't care how you feel. It's something that I said when it was okay. Because change doesn't mean that you could hold me responsible for something that I said 20 years ago when at that time it was okay.
Another example.
I also think that there's this new culture.
How you try to cancel Baby Yoda? Like, how is that even possible? People are
Baby Yoda.
Oh, Baby Yoda. What's wrong?
You see? Nobody wants Baby Yoda canceled.
I love me some Mandalorian, man.
Here, let me fill you in, James. The show called The Mandalorian, right?
Yeah.
And in one of the episodes, I don't want to ruin it if you haven't seen it, but there's an episode where Baby Yoda ate this woman's eggs, and they were saying that she was the last of her kind, and her eggs would like repopulate the species.
Right.
Baby Yoda ate them.
He ate like six or seven of them. She had like 20. He ate like
he had like 35 eggs, so I mean, they wasn't gonna make it anyway.
But
you know what I mean? Like
people were making a whole big deal. Oh, you need to cancel him. He helped the genocide of that species. Like they were trying to cancel
imaginary
him.
species.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly. It's like a waste of time and energy.
Yeah.
Nobody.
I mean, look, long story short, I'm not going to lie. What he said, I do agree that, yes, it was a bit abrasive, but he wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong.
Oh.
At the end of the day, we all got to accept our, I guess, social statuses, so to speak.
Can I be devil's advocate for a second?
she made the mistake of doing that shit live with him. That was a private fucking conversation that she should have had, asking me rate myself from 1 to 10.
I feel that that's the next issue, like this society needing to be judged by others, like social media ratings, other people telling you, even going on shows to be judged. Like, can you tell yourself how you feel about yourself before you even go out there? Like, that's a societal thing. We don't acknowledge what we need to do. We're worried about what the Joneses is doing. Yeah. Isn't it true? He's like, well, I'm the shit. Yeah. Like, that's what we're worried about.
He was also giving her advice on like visual aesthetics. I'm not six figures. I don't make millions of dollars a year, but I make a decent amount of money. And I've dated, very, very attractive women, and they come with their own set of baggage also. I don't need a 10 when she's giving me 100% of problems. I prefer to get a 5 or a 6, and I get 10% of those problems that the 10 was giving me. So, and a lot of times you do find it women that know really good makeup or have other skills outside of homely skills. They're not as valuable as somebody that you may need in the house. Well, if you're making 6 figures and you don't need your wife.
So you're trying to say like a woman that just brings sex to the table?
No. Yeah, a woman that brings sex to the table is not going to work for a 6-figure nigga. Like,
well, no, definitely not. But
that's all he needs them for is for sex.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, look at what's that dude named that basketball player? Not about
I'm torn on this one. I'm torn.
I'm torn too.
I'm torn, Jacob.
I'm torn.
I'm torn on this one.
I'm just like,
listen, hold on. At the end of the day, if I was a millionaire, right?
Okay.
And I traveled a lot and I'm never home and all I needed was someone, a warm hole to put my penis in at the end of the night, then yes, a pretty woman that
you don't need a wife for that.
I don't need a wife. I can get anyone to do that's what I'm saying. I can find any pretty girl on Instagram, but if I want somebody that, that could hold me down whenever I leave and say, hey, you know what, I got to go, but the house is here, you got to feed the dog, take care of the kids, then yeah, I would settle with, with like you said, a 5 or a 6. I mean, I can't sit down.
I'll take an 8. I think you can find those girls at 8 and 7. I
love how you guys just talking about visuals and things that they can do.
Hold on. I know where you're going with this, and let me be perfectly honest with you here.
You don't, but go ahead.
I'm gonna keep it honest with you. I know you're gonna say, "Oh, looks don't matter." You're right; it doesn't matter. But
I didn't.
But that's not where you was going.
They do matter. What are you talking about?
Exactly. I need somebody that I could look at. I don't want our date to come along with a free paper bag when we go places. Like that's a no-go for me. I'm sorry.
At least clean up. At least.
So basically, relationships are based upon what the other individual could do for you. Because like now, this is a whole different.
No relationships.
That's what I'm hearing.
Relationships are a partnership.
Subjectively,
it's a partnership. It's what you can bring and what the other person can bring to you. Listen, I was always told, hey. Hold on. I was always told people like, hey, how come you talk to tall girls? And it's my answer was always, it doesn't matter. My swag complements her. So it don't matter if I'm taller, shorter, it doesn't matter. The two of us make a beautiful thing. So whatever's extra is not needed, as long as we can both bring something to the table that.
Please speak your mind.
Okay. So on one note, 60 to 70% of NFL players that are retired get divorced after they finish playing. And so you can see like the idea is millions of dollars, people who don't make millions of dollars, all of a sudden they're home every Sunday as opposed to them being away every Sunday. Do the math on that one. That's one thing. The next thing I want to comment on was that in the vid, The lady was saying that she was looking for a dude who made 6 figures. Why? Because she felt like that was the type of guy that she could submit to. And so my thing is that if you are looking for that type of individual, later on in the video, he asks, it's like, what do you bring to the table in so many words? You know, what can you do for this guy who's making 6 figures? I mean, guess what? If he's the CEO of GM or General Mills, he ain't going to the Piggly Wiggly. He's not going to, the local bodega or nothing like that. He's got people to go there for him. He's got someone to clean his house. He's got someone to pretty much raise his or school his kids or anything like that. So what can you do? Or I can rub his back. He has a masseuse that can do that for him as well too. So my point is that how can you insert yourself into his life where it's a reciprocal situation or a reciprocal dynamic payoff that happens in that? And unfortunately, I find that many people, because they are not equipped or they don't have the requisite knowledge to understand things on that level, they can't. They just seeing the money that the guy has or that woman has, because this is a genderless concept.
Exactly. I love how you stated that. Yeah.
And then the whole thing is, you got to understand at the end of the day, even if you don't bring anything to these relationships, how do you handle being, I guess, kind of looked down on, if that makes sense? Best way I had a friend that when I was in the military, when she got out, she moved to California, right? She ended up dating this richer dude. He had money, but he was a businessman. And she would say he would take her to parties and she couldn't say anything. She'd be in the corner because all they were talking about was finances and business. And she said she felt stupid all the time. And every now and again, when she would say something, he'd be like, listen, that is cute that you tried, but just don't. Just don't.
That's her own fault. Because
exactly
because you can educate yourself. If you want to be involved in the conversation, you know that this is the things that they talk about, then you can go out and you can make an effort. Like Esther knows this. I dated a doctor once, right? And that similar thing what happened with, huh?
I said, listen to Jacoby dating up. That's what I'm talking about. Get you a doctor, boy.
It didn't work out. It didn't work out. It didn't work out. I left his ass after 2 years. But he
nice 2-year run out of it.
It was 2 years. It was great. I mean, it was great. But I dated anyway. So I've dated 2 rich guys, right? And I would have a similar situation when I go to dinners and things like that, but I never felt that way because I chose, I guess it's a personality thing, because even if I'm not into half the shit you talking about, I still know how to make sure I have something to say about it and I sound intelligent behind it. So she just wanted to be the dumb housewife. You know what I mean?
She wants to be the trophy wife. Like,
she wanted to just be the trophy wife. And she didn't, you know what I mean? Like, and it happens all the time. And then I'm sure fast forward sometime in a relationship, she's empty as hell on the inside because she don't really have nothing to offer.
Earlier Esther made a comment about people looking for validation on social media.
Yes.
I mean, that's a very prevalent thing. We see it all the time, especially with these ladies now doing twerk videos all over the place. That's all you see when you open up Instagram or Twitter or, World Star anywhere.
Isn't that just an algorithm that they automatically throw those things up on your screen?
They put it up there because of stuff you've watched in the past. Listen, don't stop trying to embarrass me and put my business out.
No, but I don't. I think the algorithm may be off because I don't look at a bunch of like Instagram models.
But they're there.
But a bunch of it will come up on my feed whenever I do choose to go on Instagram.
There's a plethora of them. Because
that's exactly my point.
It's too many.
And that's where the money's at.
Now,
I don't believe you, Devon. I don't believe you. I think that you do. I think you do look at them and it's suggesting these hoes to you.
Hold on. I tend to believe Devon because last week he said he openly said, "Hey, I watch porn." So for him to say he doesn't look at Instagram.
No, it's tempting. It's too tempting. It's like I'm looking at these Instagram girls. I know I can't get them. Or I'm not in the position to get them because I have children, I have a life, a family life. I don't see myself being able to indulge an Instagram chick. I don't see that happening, so I don't look. I don't want to tempt myself.
A lot of people take their time looking at things on Instagram instead of developing oneself to be able to be someone that these Instagram chicks want to be with. You understand what I'm like? You like, I can't do this.
You know what though? That's because we don't have video vixens anymore because music videos aren't a thing.
Yeah, there's
I
the
was
whole
just the Instagram host.
females doing it for free. That's why.
But here's the question though. Does this speak about the value of the young ladies though?
You know, it speaks on the degree of their thirst. They're thirsty as hell.
Yes, but then you say, hold on. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, E.
No, it's just like you guys are saying the bad part, but it's an internal problem. It's telling you the culture of the society at the time and the value that these people have for themselves, and they just want to follow others. Because I can't put myself and just go twerking online. I barely want to like be online on a video. So like cultural, like a society generational gap thing. Everything's online. Everything's on social media. So everything is exposed.
I recall.
Uh-oh.
Play the video, Jacoby. Play the video.
I ain't gonna do you like that, girl. I ain't gonna do you like that.
I know I've never been naked on social media.
Oh.
Maybe a bikini.
Oh.
Jacoby got that look like Jacoby's like, say something else. I will hit the play button.
It is Sunday, and what a wonderful day the Lord has bestowed upon us.
Listen, maybe take it back. I am Amazonian still.
You have that one yet?
Oh, I know.
Right. Shake it up.
Let me ask this though. I mean, and no shame to nobody. I mean, if you want you an Instagram thought or anything like that, or a chick, do you? I mean, that's you. I mean, because I try to be non-judgmental as possible, or so like that. Everybody ain't on the same wavelength. And so some people, that's what they gravitate towards. That's what they like or so like that. And I'm not going to tell another person what they should or what they shouldn't like. Now, what I will say to you is that you're only going to get certain outcomes from being with certain individuals or so like that. So if you're looking to find a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, it's not going to happen with her, Doc, because she doesn't have the requisite skills.
Right.
You don't have the requisite skills, man, to make that thing happen in the end. But linking up... But again, self-actualizing yourself as well as her doing her thing in her own right, man, maybe you can get there and stay there as well, too. One of the things that, for me, myself, my big thing is like, look, if I had $300K and something happened to me in the end, I want to know that I got a partner that knows who the financial advisor is, what to do with the money, and who to call and with the quickness, or have the brain power to understand and to say, okay, we put it here, and we sit back. If that's not you or anything like that, then that's not what I want. And that's a me thing. That's where my journey has led me. And I think everybody should get to the spot where it's like, okay, they got to figure it out instead of what somebody else does, live on your own. Main point, you can't live on someone else's happiness. And so an Instagram chick, man, just ain't my happiness, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. But here's the thing, like, say you just said that, a lot of people will come on and say, well, you know, you can't judge these people. They do what they got to do to eat. And because they do this means they don't deserve love. And, you know,
never said that. Never said that.
No. I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying a lot of people will say that because I've heard it before. Because I've voiced my opinion on how I feel about a lot of Instagram ladies. And they're like, oh, so you don't think that these girls deserve love?
I don't think
they don't deserve my love. And that's my thing.
I don't think what they're going to get is love, because if you're not that everyone deserves love. That's just universal, right? That's just universal. But being an Instagram thought, they're not gonna ever get after one thing. Like you're an object. Yeah. You're not a vessel. You know what I mean? Like you're not.
But these are the same people who will get mad when you say, well, I wouldn't mess with that person. Why not? Because I don't co-sign with what she does. And me personally, I feel like if you do something, you want to do it. I shouldn't have to ask you not to show your ass on Instagram. That's just something that you want to do.
Would you date a porn star?
Say it again?
Would you date a porn star?
That's in porn right now?
If they were working.
Forever a porn star?
No. See, that's the thing. I do believe in at one point your past is behind you. Hold on. I do believe that your past is behind you. So it wouldn't be totally like I wouldn't be totally against it, but
even if she was a millionaire.
Dextroy just gave us a super vague answer. He didn't say yes or he didn't say no.
He said no, but like
and
real
I'm waiting
fast.
for
So
the
you
yes.
I didn't say no. I said I would not date a porn star that's actively doing porn.
Okay.
But if I met someone and I got to know them and they was cool as hell and they said, well, listen, I did porn back when I was in college.
So
I'd be
if
like, I don't
she
give a
was
shit.
actively doing porn and making $1 million a year doing it, and she fell in love and she wanted you wouldn't do it.
I am a very, very, very jealous and angry person. I feel like I don't need to be with my homeboys, and he's like, and my girl walking, he's like, oh man, do you see what she did last week to this? Like I would lose it.
Your services. How much are your services, James? We need you.
Would you date a porn star, James?
Would I date a porn? I mean, I have dated people in that industry.
Yeah,
I'm not dating them anymore, but I have dated porn people in the industry. What I found that again, it's not necessarily about good or bad, but about fit. Because the person that I was dating, they told me that college was a waste of time, and I'm like, oh,
okay, see, there it is.
Do you realize, man, what just paid for dinner? Just being my practice or something like that. Or do you realize what just paid for the hotel we just stayed in? I mean, so there was a lack of understanding between what I do for a living and her reality. And so my thing is that if we could, not to get too egghead with you, there's a book by John Gottman called The Secret of Trust. And so the thing along with that is that they found in research, no matter who you date, no matter what relationship you have, you're going to have problems. There are problems that you're going to have with each and every individual. The key thing in all of this is to find out which problems are you going to be willing to work with. You know, some people have problems that they're cool with. Some people have problems that they're not. So for a porn star, look, that doesn't matter to them. They're cool. They've compartmentalized it in their mind where they don't care what that person has done from the hours of 9 to 6 p.m. that day. But for some other people, that can be an issue. That can be a problem. And so with that being said, I'm going to let that person live in their reality.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Can I chime in a little bit? I've had an issue with like dating and marriage. I believe marriage is well, I took a business class quite a few years ago. And one of the things that they taught us in this class is that a merger of two corporations is pretty much the same thing as a marriage of two people, where you take two entities that are supposed to help each other out once they merge. One has to work off of the other to make this situation better. When it comes to dating, I don't take that really seriously because it's like the test phase. It's like I'm trying to figure out whether or not I can merge with this person and then start a fantastic or continue a fantastic life. So I feel dating a porn star or dating somebody that you may not stay with, that's for dating. But once you realize that you have to build and grow with them and figure out what you can work with and what you can't work with, that's when the merger or the marriage, I guess, proposal comes up. So I wouldn't have a problem dating a porn star, but to marry a porn star, I don't know about that.
You know, I see everyone answered this question, but the two people that originated, Esther and Jacoby.
Jacoby answered it a couple of episodes ago.
Oh, did he now?
Yeah, he said he used to date a porn star. You didn't say that?
He's like, you don't know me.
No, he said he met a porn star. He didn't say he used to date a porn star.
Oh, my bad.
What?
Okay, so
I've never met a porn star.
Yes, you did. You said that you met the guy that was taking the Viagra and he went blind.
Oh yeah. I did. I met at the gym. Yeah, that's true. You're right. I met him in the steam room. Yeah, not like that. But I met him in the
James' face. He's like, what's going on?
No, for real.
Jacoby.
For real. And this story goes
15 more minutes on the couch, the truth would have came out, bro.
No. For real. No,
maybe an hour. Maybe it's an hour. You could keep dancing around that, but the more you keep talking.
Real. So what happened was I was in the steam room at the gym. He came in and he was blind and he had one of the sticks doing to touch the entryways and the walls. And we're chit-chatting. He's nice. And I'm just like, after chit-chatting for a little bit, I asked him, were you born blind or did you become blind? And he said, I used to be a porn star and I took a lot of Viagra and it made me go blind. And it's true. It's one of the side effects from Viagra. If you take it when you really don't need it and you're just taking it like for fun or whatever, the side effect, if you do too much of it, you can lose your sight. And he went blind.
So would you date a porn star, Jacoby? Not a blind one.
I would.
You would. And you wouldn't care what they did or how many times a day they did it?
Yes, I would care.
How does that work?
You know, because I have such a bold heart. I'm a vessel of love. I believe I can look past certain shit. Now, he can't be doing dungeon porn and shit. I need it to be some good, wholesome librarian, nurse, and doctor porn. But other than that,
wholesome porn.
Yes, I mean, I can handle wholesome porn. Fisting and carrying on, I can't do it. It's over. I have to break up with you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, especially if they did a fist thing, and then he comes in and goes, "Hey, baby, how you doing?"
I mean, you know, I'm gonna keep my life to myself. Keep going.
How about you, Queen? You try to be slick.
I'm not trying to be slick. I can answer you. At this moment in my life, I would not date an active porn star. I need someone who's gonna match my energy and my frequency, and I'm not there.
So you would date a homosexual?
Sapiosexual. I need someone who has knowledge to give me, and vice versa. I don't need no bullshit.
So, like I said, you did a homosexual, but not a porn star.
You guys have jokes about that, but just like Jones, I have this loving heart. Okay, it's people who want to.
It's because we Geminis, girl. It's because we Geminis.
Yes, we're Geminis. Okay, we love hard.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't date no fucking porn star.
Jacoby thinking.
A part of me, I wanna say that I am this open and I'm all that shit, but I'm just sitting here thinking about like to me, I would date. Yes, I would probably date one, but I would know that this isn't really going anywhere. Like in love and marriage and shit, like longevity, I would know that just couldn't go there because of your career path. Because
it's a lot to get past.
Sex is a very sacred bond between people. You know what I mean? I also get it could be like an amusement park and it could be a fun thing between people, but I could date one, yeah. Marry one? No, I don't think so.
Okay, I can respect everyone's honesty.
Judgmental ass, and I'm sorry.
I thought y'all was Geminis. Gotta have each other back.
Hey, so moving on, let me ask you guys a question. Do you think it's important to maintain a healthy friendship throughout a relationship or a marriage?
Of course.
Yes.
Mandatory.
Ridiculously mandatory, yes. Unless it's like...
Why you looking like that, James?
No, I mean, because, the research shows that, man, when you have conflict, and conflict is going to happen in any type of relationship or so like that. Sometimes you will like to be able to reflect back on the friendship, and that understanding can help lead you out of that conflict and also, man, bring clarity to whatever needs to happen.
But how much of a friendship? How much of a friendship are we talking here, though? Because again, there are different levels of friendship.
I think shared interests. If you share a few interests with your spouse and you guys can go out and blow off steam doing stuff that you enjoy together, then that works. But not everything. Like, I don't want you to play ball with me and then go shooting with me and then drink with me and then take a shower with me and then
Hold up, why you don't want a chick that was shooting with you in the gym?
I don't want all of it. Just do one. Like, let's play ball and then I go shoot with my friends.
No, I totally understand that. That's healthy. Distance makes the heart grow fonder or whatever, but that level of friendship is necessary in order for a wholesome actual relationship to occur, whether it's just a friendship or a romantic relationship. That's what I feel. You guys would have to understand different facets of each other, not just...
Well, I said last week, in every relationship, you're together, but you still need to be individuals. You still...
Yes.
You can share a life, but you still need to be individuals.
Exactly.
You do need to do stuff alone. You do need to go out without them and just with your boys or your girls. And you still need to have your own life. You still need to have your own identity.
I'm curious. I'm sorry. James, I would like to know how you feel about polyamory.
How do I feel about polyamory? Okay, so I use it from my practice. Out of the numerous couples that have come and tried to engage in that process, I don't really say that I've had any that have been somewhat successful. And why I say that is because the requisite skills that are used to govern that type of relationship, they don't have. Many people, they can't make
the same shit I said. That's the same shit I said.
Hold on, hey, wait. What are the requisite skills required for a polyamorous relationship?
I mean, many people can't make a binary relationship work, much less to have another individual or numerous individuals involved in the process. So the fact is, that's one thing. They don't know how to have conflict. They don't actually. There's no self-awareness about themselves in saying, okay, what do I want out of life? Who am I? What do I need? What do I bring to the table? And I think that's so key, because within any type of relationship, you have to know who you are, and you have to know how to communicate to your respective partner, or in this case, partners. But if you don't know how to do that effectively or so like that, you could be tossed every which way. And then with that being said, when you have so many different voices and people that you're looking to interact with, connect with on that level, that sucks, because now you've been 5-6 years, you've lost yourself. You don't know who you are. And man, you're just doing anything and everything, and you're miserable. And then all of a sudden, maybe what I have seen is sometimes people have those breaks, where they just pretty much, they go, I don't say go crazy, but they just do abnormal stuff, things that are just not very normal to what their patterns are. And it's unfortunate. And so my thing is that the required skills, having self-awareness, having a high self-esteem, knowing who you are, that's very important.
Audre Lorde said it best. If you don't define yourself or know yourself, people will eat you up alive and spit you out. Oh, yeah. You have to define yourself in order to move through this life.
It can't be something that you just saw on Showtime and HBO. Come on now.
Can I add? But basically, I said the same shit you said. Like, it's just, I don't see it working. I've never ever seen it work out.
I mean, the quick story. Yeah. So I've had a situation like that. And disclaimer: this is not an actual client, but it may be. Who you never know. Anyway, so there was a one time when I saw a couple that wanted to try to engage in that process, and so they said, "Hey, look, we've been together. Let's try it. Let's do it, and everything like that." And so they started on this process. About maybe halfway through it, one person gets jealous, and they're like, I can't do this anymore and everything like that. And the other person says, man, no, don't you chicken out on me. Don't you bitch out on me right now. Like, here we go with this.
Who was the one getting jealous? Was it the male or the female getting?
It was a female. And so then when it came, jealous? And so then what happened was, all right, so now they moved down the line and they said, okay, we're going to stop. We're going to just quit this. We're not going to do this anymore. All of a sudden, and I didn't, and I'm going to tell y'all right now, I mean, as far as my gift and what I do, that's one thing. Sometimes I'm green on other ends and common sense just ain't hitting me on that day. No judgment. It told me, she said, James, he put a GPS tracker on me. I'm like, a GPS tracker? He said, yeah, you can go get them off Amazon. So put a GPS tracker and was able to find out how you could follow this person around to see what they were doing every way and which way. And I'm saying to myself, man, this really wasn't the best move for you to make altogether.
Right. Now there's no trust.
And
that was lacking prior. That's what I'm saying. A lot of things were lacking before they even started that endeavor. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's clearly because they felt like they needed a third person to help the relationship.
To help it out.
Definitely.
Listen, when we spoke about this, I told you guys at the end of the day, it all depends on the person that comes in on it. Me personally, I am not fully there to be able to share my significant other with someone else. Because like I said, eventually one person is going to start to like another person more.
That's true.
But you share your significant other with other people every day on different levels that you have no clue about.
I'm sorry, now what?
Like there's but I'm saying in general. Huh?
But Queen, hold up, Queen.
Yes.
But at sometimes though, it's a difference between doing it. I believe I hear what you're saying, and then actually watching, man, your girl take back shots, man, in a 3-point stance. It's one of those things where it's like, hold on, wait a minute, you're liking what he's doing better than you. And so it's a little bit of jealousy. It's a little bit of competitive spark.
Exactly.
Comes in that moment, and that can be problematic. Or so like, especially if you don't know who you are.
I told you, I don't need that 10 to 15 in my life. Okay.
Nah, I feel that.
And jail. I don't need that in my life.
I know who I am, and I know I do not like that shit. I ain't trying to.
These are at home. Like, I was looking at.
For me.
I was looking at a show. I don't know if any of you guys have saw this. I was reeled in by a friend of mine for sure. It is called Pretty Little Things. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, I haven't watched
I
it.
heard about it, but I didn't watch it yet.
Did anybody see it yet?
I didn't watch it yet.
It's full of drama. It's full, like every episode.
It's about a ballerina, right?
Yeah, it's about ballerinas in, I can't remember, Chicago or something like that. So this one ballerina was dating another ballerina, but he had a girlfriend. The ballerina he was dating. So he was complaining to one of his female friends, and he's like, but can't he love two people at the same time? And then I'm sitting down thinking about this. Can you be in love with two people equally at the same time?
I think you can be in love with two people.
I wouldn't think it'd be equally though.
I don't know. I think you could, but I think that
it's different love.
You would have to make a choice. It's not fair.
Hold on.
It's not.
Let me put this. The best way I seen it was on. I don't know if you ever seen the show Gotham.
Yes.
Well, there was an episode where the Mad Hatter, the Riddler, wanted to. He tied up two people in a chair, and he was like, "I'm going to kill one. You have to choose, or I'll kill both of them."
Mm.
And he counted 3, and he was going to pull the trigger, and the guy's like, "I choose that one." And he was like, see, he loves her more. He will never love you the way he loves her because he was willing to let you die. You will always love one person more. Even if you don't know it and realize it, subconsciously, you will always have things that attracts you and that maintains you with that one person more than the other. Even if it's one tiny thing, even if it's you like the way they put the toilet seat down or something.
I feel you. I feel you on that. You know, I think some people would argue that concept when it came to their children. But when it comes to just love and like relationships, I think that you would definitely have to love one more than the other.
No, I just. Why is it just one more than the other?
Why do you have this huge fantasy to be in a thruple? After like, what is wrong? What's really going on? What is going on? Let's talk about it. Let's just get it out so we can stop bringing this shit up.
We do have a counselor here, Esther. Now would be the time to share with the class.
No, it's not. I don't have an urge or a want for anything. I just think in my life, like, I love
that ain't what the topic list seems like.
No, but I love people, and I'm thinking along my life, like, even exes, I just care for people. You understand what I'm saying? So you can love more than one person. Is it going to be exactly the same? Probably not. But if you're deciding to be in a monogamous relationship with two people at the same time and you all know about it, I would think that the love can flow. It's the communication that has to flow. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay. What about this, Esther?
What
about you're in a throuple, right? And you go out with, let's say,
a throuple.
A throuple, yeah, 2 guys.
3 people in one.
I'm learning every day. I'm learning.
I'm serious, man. I love it. Throuple.
But let's say you're in a throuple, right? Let's say today you go out to the movies with Steven.
Okay.
But then Jacob is like, damn, I wanted to go out to the movie with Esther. What the fuck? At the end of the day, someone is gonna always get jealous at the things you do, even if they don't like it.
I see what you're talking about. No, I definitely see what you're talking about.
Yeah, I do too.
But maybe I have there's a couple of instances somewhere in this world that this works, is all I'm saying. Somewhere.
Nowhere.
I'm gonna give you let me tell you how I know it doesn't work for me, okay? Let me tell you how I know I'm not mature enough for these.
We know it doesn't work for you. It doesn't work for me either.
Let me tell you how I know I'm not mature enough for this. If me and my wife, we used to live apart for a little bit, and she'd be like, hey, so I went and I seen this movie with my sister. And I'm like, oh, I wanted to see that. She's like, we can go see it. Nope, I don't even want to watch it anymore. I've lost interest in the movie. I'll never look at it.
Well, yeah, that's different. Like when you're in a relationship with somebody and like, how could you go see that movie without me? I get it. Yeah, that's different.
That's childish. Really? I don't get that at all.
But
but you know what?
It's a movie.
I own it. I own that I can be a very selfish person.
No, like I want this person to have this experience with me.
Exactly.
They've seen this shit already. It's not the same effect.
I'm gonna say it depends. Like it depends on what the movie is. Like if you
talk to me next. Let me hear this one.
If you know I love Fast and the Furious, and
don't go see that shit.
The new Fast and the Furious is coming out, and they had 10 different episodes that we saw together. Don't go see the 11th one with Jacob.
That sounds like
Don't see the 11th one with me because I'm.
You said that it's not a codependency issue. It's show me that you care. It's kind of like that same conversation we had about giving the girl the wing. It's showing the girl that you love her by giving her a wing, not necessarily because she needs to have the wing.
Look at his face. See, I feel like he feel like, no, you don't give y'all the wing because then you never learn to order what you want.
Well, nobody is true.
Fast and the Furious is in a
Dr. James
movie series.
Okay, we digress.
Hey, hold on, James, I don't know. I don't know if you've seen this episode. If you went out and you bought food, and before you went, you ask your lady, "Hey, what do you want?" She says, "Hey, I want burgers." And you went and you bought her her burger, and you bought yourself wings. And when you came back, she wanted one of your wings. Would you give her one?
Just one fucking wing.
You bought a big set, like 20.
A big. How much is a big set?
Like,
don't say 10. Don't say 10.
No. I was gonna say 20, but that's small.
He didn't have 20. He only had like 8 wings.
Yeah, he had like 8 wings.
8 wings?
Yeah.
And I gotta give her one?
He asked her if she wanted wings before he left to buy the wings or order them. He asked her like 2 times.
Say no. Just say no, because I said no. If it's 8 wings, hell no.
I can't.
Not enough for me.
Cruel. Well, see, again, I have a big heart. And I would give my last wing
No.
to the person that I cared about.
Jacoby sound like he the type to ask for a wing after he just said he didn't want no wings. What it is.
Goddamn right,
That's
I
not
want
the
a
worst.
motherfucking
That's
wing.
not the
Is
worst
that
part of the
hangover?
video. The worst part of the video is that she refused to even eat her food after he told her no. The food that he bought her, she's like, "I'm not even going to eat this because you're not giving me that wing."
That was petty. I'm gonna call her out. She was petty and that was ignorant. I don't understand it.
That
I
was
would have
petty.
ate both of them. I'll be honest with you. I'm petty. I would have ate both of them. I mean, hey,
No.
But I mean, I would have gave the wing up. I'm just
Just to avoid the fight, you give the wing.
I'm an animal of love, and I just want to see my significant other happy.
again,
No, you wanted somebody to enable you for being petty.
we go. I like what you said. Hold on a second. Jacoby keeps saying that, but let's not forget this is the man that told somebody to meet me at a restaurant and then got on a plane 30 seconds later.
Peace.
Why you gotta be bringing up? Oh shit!
Meet me at the airport restaurant next week. Meet me at the barbecue airport restaurant.
That was one of the best moments.
And you know what? I almost feel like you was like, listen, go ahead and order me something too, and get me a drink. I'll be there. I'll be right there.
5 minutes away.
You have a valid point. You make a valid argument there.
Want someone to
cannot deny
enable your
this.
bullshit. That's what you want.
Speaking of
No, I just want someone to nothing.
Speaking of enable, do you guys think an enabler and enabled relationship can work?
Nope.
No.
If you want to be
You saw
an
how quick
enabler,
my no was.
No.
some people want to be that person that always does things for someone else. Some people like that.
No, it doesn't.
Where?
Very
I
draining.
want to do your laundry for you. I want to pay your bills for you. Some people like that.
No, it gets draining.
See, and I
That
kind
don't
of
even
did.
make no sense.
I did an episode on that where you have the guy who enables and allows and caters and coddles to pretty much his significant other, and then all of a sudden, maybe 5 to 6, 8 years down the line or so like that, it's never enough because you keep giving, you keep restricting yourself. You're not assertive or anything like that. You're not being your most authentic self in that moment, and so then that person again, they see somebody that's on one of those social media sites. All of a sudden, he says, "How you doing, sweetheart? How you doing, babe?" Basically, man, she entertains it or anything like that because he's giving her something different than that other guy is. He's saying no when the other guy is saying, go ahead. It's just like an open buffet with me. And so then after a while, it's been, they say, hey, let's meet for coffee. Okay, coffee is just all I want. Just coffee is just all I'm going to have in this moment. And then next thing you know, man, again, like I said earlier, man, she's pretty much doing a 3-point stand, hitting back shots, man, unrelentlessly.
Damn, I hate that vision. Every time you say it, I'm thinking of my girl. Like, goddamn.
No. And look, be who you are. Be assertive. If it ends in 2 minutes, then it'd be the best 2 minutes of your life. And then that's it. No.
I was not ready for that.
You make a good point, though.
Case closed.
It's period, and it's just a no. No, it will not work.
But hold on, wouldn't an enable E relationship be kind of like a sugar daddy, sugar baby relationship?
But it doesn't have to be exactly.
But those guys,
Oh no!
Hold on, wait.
But some guys love that.
Exactly.
Hold
Sugar
on.
daddies, hold on, wait, hang on, wait. Before you say anything, let me just put this out there.
Not me.
Sugar daddies will enable their sugar babies by taking them out, buying them whatever they want, and saying,
That's
"Hey,
not enabling.
Whoa!
whoa, excuse me."
I think paying bills is enabling.
It enables you to not
Hold
be a
on.
lazy
First of all,
hoe.
that is a consensual relationship that they both knew about before they came into it. Period.
So
No.
an enabler and an
So
enabler
is cuckolding.
are consensual. Enabler can be consensual. If you like to use drugs
If
and I like
that's
to
a
buy you drugs, then
consensual-
it's consensual.
If that's a consensual, agreement between you guys, go ahead. That's gonna work because that's a consensual agreement. But that's bullshit, Dex. You already know that. But it's a relationship where one person is getting walked all over. That's this enabler.
But isn't that the same thing as the
It doesn't
woman
matter.
trying
It'd be a little
to
bit
date
fun,
somebody
but
that has
it's
6 figures and she has nothing? Isn't he the enabler in that situation? Since I'm going to pay for this, buy that, you don't have to
You
work.
just
I
said
got the
he was
pool clean.
baited. So old dude was stupid from the jump street. Why are you mad that he was stupid enough to be baited?
Dude, hold on.
You guys are going into different conversations
No.
here.
Do you not remember our show on sugar daddies? Sugar daddies invest very little of their real liquid asset into sugar babies, and the sugar babies are happy because they feel like they're living their best life.
What
And
episode is that?
Hold on. So he's enabling her, and on his end, he's getting his balls licked by a 20-year-old. It works for them. He doesn't give a shit
They
about the
are
money he's spending.
enabling each other.
Exactly.
That instance, however, in a relationship where perhaps you have an individual that wants a service, okay? And they consistently want this service, and the other person is getting money for this. I want to keep their money. What happened?
Long term, how long does that relationship last, though?
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't
2
because
years
people
for
are
me,
going
but
to
we're
get
not
tired.
talking
That's why I
about
said
my
they
life.
do not work.
Okay.
No, but that's why I said they don't work because it gets boring.
If
It
you
either
get
gets
5
boring
year
or
run
it
out
gets
of it, I think that's pretty good.
Hold on. Let me stop you
There's
there.
lack of fulfillment there. What?
I gotta stop you. Hold on a second. I just seen this story about this young lady. She received a DM from this old guy saying, "Hey, do you need a sugar daddy?" And she was like, "Sure." That night,
I get 50 million of these every day.
Listen, hear me out. That same
What
night,
websites you on, Esther?
Instagram. Thank you. Carry on.
hold on, hear me out. That same night, he flew both of them out to the islands, right? And then she showed a snapshot. 5 years later, they're still together. She had 3 of his kids. They're married. And she's like, I love him and his money. And he loves spending his money on me. It worked out. It was long term. I didn't say it was healthy, but it still worked.
Okay. We didn't say it was over, but it still works. Gotcha.
You guys got to focus on that. No one said it had to be healthy. As long as it works for both parties, that's really what matters.
She got a house for her
That's
kids.
what I said. It's not a
And there's
healthy
a difference.
relationship.
Enabling.
She got Capri Suns all day.
If you're enabling a drug habit or if you're enabling a shopping habit. Those are 2 different healthies.
It does.
Well,
Yeah, it is. But what if the drug habit is you like to take ecstasy, and when you take ecstasy, you lick somebody's butthole? What if they like getting their butthole licked? And
I feel like you judging me right now. I feel like this is an attack on me in this very moment.
There's nothing wrong if you like to get your butthole licked, Jacoby. I'll tell you that. It's fine.
God.
Some people like that. Not me.
Poor
But
James.
I know
Look at
some
James'
people that
face.
love that, and it's totally okay.
Wow.
As you were.
Hey, James, I'm not sure if you know this, James, but apparently on this show, I'm the Kevin Samuels. Apparently, I'm the one who says all the outrageous shit that
He does. He really does. It's unfortunate.
I am not. They've said worse things than me, but you know what? We ain't gonna have a recap episode right yet. So
right.
Gotcha.
All right. I'll give you guys I think this is an enabling situation. I know somebody that's in it. They're married. They purchased a home, the couple. They don't have any children. They bust their ass for it, but he moved her entire family into that house, and they've been living there for like 5 years.
ooh.
Okay.
Oh, fuck, y'all. So wasp that just flew in this guy.
But he doesn't seem unhappy with the situation.
He's comfortable. He's providing.
Mother, father, her mother, her father, her sister, their 2 kids. I think her cousin. It's like 5 of them in the crib, bro. But he's totally fine with it. So
okay, no, I mean, I respect him. They're not married.
They are married.
Okay, so they're married. No, I respect him because he decided, like, sickness and health, everything that comes with you comes with me too. So I respect that. Is there a limit to it? Yes. Did they say that there's going to be an end of all be all to this or no?
I don't know if they've sat down and had those conversations with each other, but when I look at it, I'm like, yo, y'all could be living.
That's you that has an issue with it. If he's comfortable with it at this moment, in the long run, maybe, he's not going to be able to be as open in his own home that he wants to.
I don't think you can. If you have so many people living in your home, you can't.
That's what I'm saying. At a certain point, maybe that's what I'm saying. At a certain point, that may rub him the wrong way. But at this moment, he's just rocking with his lady.
Yeah. I mean, but the thing is like he busts his ass. She busts.
No one else is helping?
No, exactly. Him and her bust their ass all day. One person does manual labor, so he has to do a lot of hours, and another person is in the healthcare field, so she does 12-hour days. So the people that are actually using
they gotta go because they're actually trying to their environment. That's they got to go.
But both of the people in the relationship seem to be fine with busting their ass.
Cultural. Is it a cultural thing? I'm really trying here. I'm reaching.
I would have kicked them out. I would have kicked them out a long time. Which one? I would have kicked them out a long time.
Enabling relationship, but I don't feel like the lady's family. The lady's family is the ones who are getting something out of this, but they are using energy. I don't know if they put any money to the household bills. If it's anything like that, but it doesn't sound like a very useful relationship. But if the people involved have no issues,
the only other person in that situation that works is the cousin or the sister that has the 2 children,
and they get to keep their own money, probably,
and the mother and the father, they're retired and they're from the Caribbean, so they not getting.
Okay, so it's kind of a cultural thing too. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Some enabling situations, me looking from the outside, they seem to work.
The next thing is the marriage, but is the marriage going to last moving forward?
It seems like they're meant for each other, the people that are married. They love each other. Every time I see them, they're with each other.
I thought I had facial expressions to give. James, you're the one for that. He has facial expressions.
What do you think about a situation like that, James? Is it detrimental to your marriage?
Yes. Well, that's my word.
Okay. My words is hell no. I mean, that's not something I would do. Now, but then again, I'm looking at that in the individuals and the parties that are involved with the process. I'm looking at the cultural implications. I'm looking at, what he knew about attachment, what she knew about attachment as she was raised and growing up. And so the thing is that sometimes people, they begin to accept things. Why? Because it is their reality. It's not my reality or so like that, but it's what they are willing to put up with or so. On that note. So because of that, that is something that potentially can work for them. They are vibrating and navigating on a course of their own. And be it far from me to say anything about it. I'm just saying that is not a pair of shoes that I'm going to try on for myself. I'm not doing it. It's like what's that? Mike Tyson and Robin Gibson. Get that bitch out your house, man. It's like one of those things. It's like, nah, that's not happening. So it's a lot of stuff, man, that goes into that. Why people stay in situations like, low self-esteem, low self-worth, or anything like that. The idea that I've been here for 3 or 4 years and I'm too lazy to go out there and try to find somebody else who really matches with me. So I'll just settle and stay comfortable in this situation. Yeah, I can see that. And that could be for somebody who is miserable, but they just say, look, it is what it is.
Yeah, I can't do that. You allow people to use up your prime. No.
Yeah.
You can't stay in those situations, get your prime used up. No.
Sure.
All right. Well, that's going to be our last topic for the day. We already hit the hour, so I don't want to go too much further. I know James has things he has to get done today, but hey, thank you for joining us, James.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Devon. Hey, before we go,
check out Mind of a Man.
My sequence. There we go. There we go.
I was coping.
God damn.
Mind
finish because I got there.
Wait,
Mind of a Man podcast. It's
See,
on all those available platforms.
I was right.
Huh?
Podcast.
So now we going to the I was right. Now you can't be wrong. That's what we're doing with this right now.
Start over again. He might be able to do it. Or let Queen Esther start it over. Let's see if she can.
Okay, make sure you guys tune in to Mind of a Man's podcast, please, because he's with the shits. I want to go listen to it.
I'm gonna go, yeah. I already followed you on Instagram, just sitting here like.
Appreciate you.
You can find him on
Check out season 2, episode 1. We got a adult film star since we had that topic this morning, conversation.
Cool. Hey, real quick, where could they find your podcast?
Oh, Apple, Stitcher, Deezer, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Spotify. The list goes on and on. Also, we're on YouTube as well.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
And listen, we're gonna do something special for y'all. We're gonna drop this episode Christmas Eve because I'm gonna get a chance to make some of these drinks. And with that being said, I made another drink. I made another one. This one is gonna be a shot. I call this the Angry Polar Bear. It's vodka, peppermint schnapps, and creme de cacao, white.
I don't know what he's trying to do to me right now. I'm not even
Don't drink with him. I'm trying to tell you.
I got to.
Thank you for joining us, everyone. Peace.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye, you guys.